Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we help you see through the corporate jargon if the filing says there's a change in control. Does that mean they are looking for a buyer or just preparing for bad news? Today we are diving into Qorvo's latest report, and it looks like they've been busy behind the scenes adjusting some key agreements for their top executives. It's not about massive financial results this time, but more about how they plan to keep their top talent happy and protected, especially if the company itself goes through a major change. Think of it as a behind-the-scenes salary and benefits upgrade for the executives we usually don't hear about. So what's the big deal here? Qorvo's board of directors decided to take a good look at the severance packages for their top executives. Except for the CEO, Robert Brugworth. They brought in an outside expert, a compensation consultant, to make sure these deals were in line with what other similar companies in their industry are offering. This is pretty standard practice, kind of like checking if your salary is competitive with others in your field. The main change is how much cash executives would get if they were to lose their job after a change in control happens. Now, a change in control usually means a company is being bought out or merges with another. Before, if an executive left under certain conditions related to this, they get severance equal to 1 times their salary. Now, for most of them, it's been bumped up to 1.5 times their salary. This means they get an extra half year of their pay if things go south after a company takeover. And it's not just about cash, they're also extending the period where the company pays for their health insurance through SOBRA. It's going from 12 months to 18 months. This is a significant perk, helping to keep those health benefits going for an extra 6 months if they're out of a job after a takeover. Another interesting tweak is how they'll handle stock options or awards. In the past, if a change in control happened, these unvested awards would pretty much become fully available, but they'd be calculated based on hitting their target performance goals. Now, if the company actually did better than the target, the executives will get the benefit of that higher performance level. This really incentivizes them to not just meet goals, but to exceed them, especially when the company's future is uncertain due to a takeover. But it's not just about takeovers. Qorvo also put in place a new plan that covers situations where an executive leaves for other reasons, not necessarily tied to a merger or acquisition. This plan offers a cushion even if there's no change in control. Under this new general severance plan, if an executive has a qualifying departure, they'll get a lump sum payment. This payment is equal to their base salary plus what they would normally expect to earn as a bonus in a year. This whole amount will be paid out to them over a period of 12 months. On top of that, they'll also receive a bonus for the part of the year they worked, based on how well the company actually performed. This bonus will be paid out all at once, so if they leave halfway through the year and the company hit its targets, they get their bonus for those 6 months. And just like in the change in control situation, they're also getting SUABA coverage, but this time it's for 12 months, so they'll have their health insurance covered for a full year if they leave the company under these terms. Here's a bit of a trade-off. Executives can also get an extra year of their stock awards continuing to vest, but there's a catch: they have to agree not to compete with Qorvo after they leave. This means they can't go work for a competitor or start a competing business for a certain period. It's a way for the company to protect its interests while still rewarding executives who might be leaving. It's important to remember that to get all these nice severance packages, executives have to sign a legal document, a release saying they won't sue the company. And they also have to stick to those rules we just talked about, like not competing with Qorvo. These are standard clauses in these types of agreements. Now, the report basically says that these descriptions are not the full story. For all the nitty-gritty details, we'll have to wait for their next quarterly report, the 10Q, which will include the actual legal documents. So this filing is more of an announcement that these changes are happening and gives us the highlights. And finally, the report is signed off by Grant A. Brown, who is the Senior Vice President and Chief Financial Officer. This confirms the official nature of these executive compensation and severance plan updates. Now, looking at this filing, it signals a few things about Qorvo. On one hand, these enhanced severance packages show that the company values its executive team and wants to retain them, even during uncertain times. Offering better protections and benefits like increased cash severance, extended health coverage, and even continued equity vesting can be a powerful tool for keeping top talent motivated and loyal. It suggests that Qorvo might be anticipating potential industry shifts or even considering strategic actions down the line that could lead to changes in leadership or company structure. The fact that they're also establishing a broader executive severance plan, not just tied to change in control events, indicates a commitment to providing a safety net for their executives in various scenarios. This can boost morale and reduce the personal risk associated with leadership roles, which is especially important in the fast-paced tech industry. However, it's also worth noting that these enhanced packages come with a cost. While the specific financial impact isn't detailed here, increasing severance multiples and extending benefits will certainly add to the company's expenses, particularly if these benefits are ever actually paid out. Investors will want to keep an eye on how these costs are managed and if they impact the company's overall profitability. A key risk here could be if the market perceives these changes as a sign of underlying instability or a preparation for a sale that isn't publicly disclosed yet. While enhancing executive compensation is common, the timing and specifics can sometimes send signals to the market about the company's strategic outlook. On a more positive note, the non-compete clauses linked to continued equity vesting are a smart move for Qorvo. It allows them to offer continued incentives to executives while simultaneously protecting their intellectual property and business interests. This aligns the executives' financial interests with the company's need for non-disclosure and non-pontition. In conclusion, Qorvo appears to be proactively strengthening its executive compensation and severance arrangements. This move aims to ensure stability and retention within its leadership team, potentially in anticipation of future industry dynamics or strategic imperatives. While the enhanced benefits are a positive for executives, the financial implications for the company and any market perceptions of these changes are factors for investors to observe. Alright, that's our breakdown of Qorvo's latest filing. What's your take on these executive compensation adjustments and what they might mean for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this deep dive was valuable, hitting that like button really helps us out, and subscribing ensures you don't miss our future analyses. And hey, don't forget to join our growing community on Discord, linked in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Corporate Decoder.